Okay, so we're going to just fill in some definitions that you're going to be using for this unit and really a lot of the rest of the geometry. So a point is just an exact position. It's on a plane surface, so it's always sketched with a point, and it's labeled with a capital letter. So an example would be A, or B, or anything else. A line extends without ending, is infinite, in either direction with an arrowhead on both ends. So this could be labeled with the symbol and then the 2 points on the line. The order of the points does not matter, so this could be line AB, it could be line BA, or if they give you this lowercase cursive letter here, it could also be called line L. Sometimes you'll have lines labeled that way, sometimes you just use the points. Line segment consists of endpoints and all the points in between, so we have the endpoints. This is just done with a line, no arrows, because an arrow is a line. This is a line segment, and that would be AB or BA. Notation is very important in geometry, so you have to make sure you're using or selecting answers for the correct notation. Alright, ray has one endpoint and it extends forever in one direction. You always start with the end point when you're labeling it. And so since B is the endpoint, B has to come first, so this would be ray BA, and the arrow is always pointing this direction, even though it's drawn pointing in that direction. It's always just I start at the endpoint and then do my second point with the arrow going this way. Okay, opposite rays have the same endpoint and they extend in opposite directions. And so this would be ray CA going this direction and ray CB going this direction. Those are called opposite rays. That becomes important in some problems we do. Okay, and a plane is just 2 dimensions, looks like this, but it technically extends without end. So that would be called either plane M, because we have that M in the corner that is not labeled with a point, or we could call it plane ABC by just labeling the three of the points on the plane. Alright, so flip on over to your next page once you have that. And these are just a couple terms that we use. So collinear, just the like we have in other words in English, it just means together. So this is points that are in the same line. So by definition, any 2 points are collinear. So even if there's not a line drawn in between them, any 2 points are collinear because geometry deals with, in theory, it deals with the possibilities. Non-collinear means they're not on the same line. Coplanar means they are on the same plane. And by definition, any 3 points are coplanar. Again, whether it's drawn that way or not, we could, in theory, have a plane that goes through any 3 points. And then non-coplanar is not on the same plane. So skew lines are lines that do not intersect and are not parallel. And so that's when we have 3D figures, like if you had the top of the box going this way, bottom of the box going this way, that would be skew lines.
Intersection is just where they cross, and union, those are technical terms we actually aren't dealing with this unit, so just cross those out for now. Okay, so once you have those definitions, flip in your packet to the assignment 2-1, which is just this one page, page 12 of your packet. So go to page 12. And so this is just, I'm going to do 1 or 2 of these and you're going to finish it for your assignment. So we just look here, what is a point? So remember, a point is any of these, so you could choose any of those letters as a point. A line, we have to choose 2, this is our only line showing continuing here, so we'd choose either VW or VU and just go through there. And line segment, so see if you can identify each of these, naming them here. And then here we say, okay, if we had a piece of thread, well, that's probably going to be a line segment, because thread has ends. And so each of these just say, which of these do you think is the best choice for that figure there? Alright, so finish that and show your teacher when you are done.